gotta really keep it calm on this one, but my experience with Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting. Now, this is a fan made Dragon Ball game. This is not official in any way. Okay, this is a fan made Dragon Ball game that was for Flash. And what I mean by Flash, as in like Adobe Flash slash Flash game slash Dragon Ball game you would play on your school computer. Now, I wanted to make this video as well because I'm just going to bomb rush videos today. I think I have a lot of things I want to talk about that are like small, but not like massive, like 1 hour long speeches type shit. So let's get right into it. But anyways, as I was going to say, how did I get to know Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting at all? Well, one day, this is me when I was younger, okay? So, as you guys know, I am a massive Dragon Ball fan. It doesn't matter the arc, it doesn't matter the characters. I am a massive Dragon Ball fan. I love Dragon Ball. You guys know that by the way I talk about the characters. Dragon Ball has been in my life since I was a little kid. Like 10, 11, maybe even 9 or 8, right? So, pretty damn young. So, you can imagine that when I was going to school, I would come home and I would play, not come home, but I would be at school. And since I got a lot of free time back in school, in between my classes or in technology class or whatever the fuck, I would try my best to find games for me and my classmates and other things to play. Now, what I mean by this is, if you guys don't understand this, when you are in school, okay, when you are in school, the teachers limited you on what you could play. Because, you know, kids were getting out of hand in terms of what they were playing, what they were putting on the school computers, so school kind of deemed the games that kids were playing as bad. So, in my school, I always had to find a way around the school looking at whatever I'm playing and deciding to take it down or whatever the fuck. So I decided to search up Dragon Ball fan games. Because I had Budokai Tenkaichi 3 at home when I was young. I had Dragon Ball games. I played some Dragon Ball games. So why not experience peak? So I typed in on the school computer, Dragon Ball Flash video games. And I had no idea like Dragon Ball Flash games actually existed at this point in time. So this was like one of my first ever Dragon Ball Flash games I ever played in my life. And when I heard this, even if it was just Gohan, Goku, Goten shit, hearing this, the Japanese music with this menu screen, so like easy, normal, and the ear-raping fucking screams of Goku going 3 against Broly, this was my game. This was my game. Using Kamehameha, trying to bash this thing in. I'm gonna be honest with you, even if it looks cheap, like you're just spamming, you can't tell me no little kid would enjoy this game to all heaven. Now, obviously, it's not as good as, like, the Shin Budokai games, or, like, obviously the regular 2D style Budokai games, for your, like, your PS2s and shit. Obviously, it's not as graphically there, but the sprites, you can't cap with me, the sprites that they used for this game, some of them look really good. They're obviously from other Dragon Ball games, not like the dude created them themselves, but he did create this game from scratch, like in terms of all the well, actually, I think even the areas are from Dragon Ball games from the past, like Game Boy Advance and all that other sort of stuff. But seeing just Goku, like, walking up and stuff, and being able to, well, let me actually talk about this in a better light, but I'm going to pause real quick. Alright, but anyways, going around this entire map here and being able to select which levels you want to do, which this is a fighting game. This is a 2D fighting game, kind of like Streets of Rage, but before, well, not before Streets of Rage, because Streets of Rage, obviously the OG ones came out came out way before this game, but this game kind of plays like Streets of Rage in a way, because it's a 2D fighting game. You get to pick whatever character you want to be, so you get to be tons of characters, and you even get to unlock characters. And yeah, look, we have fucking Beerus, we have Raditz, Gogeta, 18, Kid Goku, Krillin, Frieza, but what made this game so cool was being able to go around the map playing not only two-player on one keyboard, but also going around the map unlocking different Dragon Ball characters. So, for example, like Super Saiyan Goku's locked. Okay, click one of the Dragon Ball icons, go straight to that mission, and unlock Super Saiyan Son Goku from later in the arc, or that styled Super Saiyan Goku. You know what I mean? Or Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You want to go unlock him? You can go unlock him, you know, by going to do missions. And yes, this game is very simplistic, which I am very much aware that Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting is very simplistic. This might not be everyone's cup of tea, especially because it's a freaking Flash game, and not a lot of people like look at Flash games anymore as like the high standard of video games. But keep this in mind again. You're a kid in school. You don't have that much games to play on a computer. You're not allowed to bring your tablets. You're not allowed to bring your iPhones. You're not allowed to do any of that normal kid stuff, okay? You're not allowed to do that. You're just not allowed, right? So, what are you left with? The computers in your teacher's classes, bro. Now, I was in a special ed class, special needs class, special ed, special needs, same shit. So, they had multiple computers for all the kids to play on. So, I got to play Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting not only by myself, but I also introduced my friends into it, and all my friends got fucking hooked on it, because it was like, dude, it's Dragon Ball Z, I've seen that, because, you know, a lot of kids, like, in my class at the time have seen Dragon Ball Z, because that's, like, one of the few animes that was really cool. Keep this in mind, this is an era where anime still wasn't fully realized as cool. It's kind of like a nerdy, very geeky thing. So, you know, but Dragon Ball was obviously, like, that exceptional anime that a lot of people really fucks with, so it's really liked, so. But anyways, so I got my friend Aaron hooked onto it, and we were playing two-player, and I can't remember if me and Louie ever played this game together, but I remember getting Aaron on this shit, and we were so determined to unlock Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And let me tell you, that man was difficult. He was, like, fucking speeding through these different sides of the map, like, you know, whooping my ass, and I'm over here being legendary Super Saiyan Broly, like, God damn, dude, stop! Over here, this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Dude, Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting, and sure, the soundtrack's all taken from the show, you know, openings and all that stuff, but you can't tell me Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting wasn't fun. If you've ever played Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting, I recommend it. Even to this day, find a friend that has a download link for Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting. Again, it's not an official game. It's a fan-made game with multiple different, like, Gokus, Vegetas, Deborahs, Majin Buu. You got tons of Dragon Ball characters in that bitch. Obviously, it's not going to be a super omega big roster, like a 50 fucking characters. But just going over and beating up enemies like a beat-em-up game, like a 2D old-fashioned beat-em-up game with Super Saiyan Goku, you can charge Kamehamehas and use energy beams and fly, and also try to beat characters so you can unlock them. It was so satisfying in school because, again, I can't tell y'all, there was not a whole lot you could do in school for me. I mean, yes, I had a lot of time where I could play free time and stuff, but I'm telling y'all, like, play this for yourself. Sure, it's not official, and obviously the quality of each sprite isn't up to the same standard as another sprite, because they like I said, they pull sprites from different games. So, for example, like, most of these ones, I feel like they're from Hyper Dragon Ball Z, like the sprites, or at least Dragon Ball Ultimate Battle 22 or something like that. One of those really old Dragon Ball games that no one really talks about or plays anymore. A lot of those sprites are ripped from there, and then also, like, you know, the Goku that everyone likes to use, that Super Smash Brothers Flash 2 Goku sprite thing that people like to use. like I said, tons of different characters, tons of different variety, and you just get to play with those favorite characters. It was so fun. It was basic Dragon Ball fun. There's no real story mode other than go beat up these things so you can do this mission, get it off, and try to complete the game, but also go around the map. And also, as you do more levels and missions, you don't have to do them in order. You can do them in whatever order you want. But do those things in the order that you want to play the game in, and you literally can unlock secret locations, like little areas on the map where it has a question mark, and you click that question mark for the first time, and you're like, what the fuck? Where am I at? And then you find out you're fighting the legendary fucking Super Saiyan, and you can't tell me that shit wasn't hype, bro. Now, if you've never played, again, Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting, then you wouldn't understand a word I'm talking about. You're going to be sitting over here saying, this nigga, or this man, I don't know, because, people on YouTube are racist, so, all the time, this ER is talking about a random Dragon Ball game that's not even official like this, or doesn't even exist, or you might be thinking, yo, what is this hooligan talking about? Why is he on my YouTube Shorts feed even? What does he even do? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is this? Whose man's is this? Right? But it's just like I said. Go and look. I know Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting is an old Dragon Ball game that no one really likes to talk about because it's a fan game that people have left in the past and that is not essentially worth it, right? For a lot of people. Balls chicken. What do you mean balls chicken? What? What are you talking about? See, even I'm saying that shit, but towards the commenter. But it's just like I said. This game is fun as fuck. Down to its simplest mechanics. And obviously, yes, you have to use WASD to move around, F key to punch and kick, and maybe I or Q to do your special moves or special something like a rapid punching or a key blast or something. And how to fly, you press the jump button twice and you fly up, and then you use like W to fly up or something, or you fly forward or backward. Like I said, Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting for me in school was such a cool way for me to escape. If I wanted that Dragon Ball freaking mindset, if I wanted that Dragon Ball experience, but I was at school and I was very limited on what I could do, Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting would always be right there for me to go and play as Goku. I can unlock Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I can make... And also, I think you can also battle with your friends in versus mode, where you can actually make up your own what-if scenarios, like Gogeta 4 versus fucking Majin Buu. What if Majin Buu fought Gogeta 4? Because Gogeta 4 is in Fierce Fighting, at least 2.9 and beyond, because I can't remember the last version I technically played, but I played the game enough to know that, Gogeta's in the game, and also I did look up some footage before, quickly making this, but, Brian, how you doing? I'm just talking about Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting. Look it up. Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting. You'll know what I'm talking about after you watch it, but maybe turn the volume down because the ear-raping, charge-up sounds when a character's charging up to their form that they're in before the match starts and stuff. It will take a minute, but it's just... I can tell the person who also created Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting really loves the franchise because he took time, even if the sprites were ripped, even if the maps were ripped, even if a lot of things he just ripped from the franchise. This dude, this person, this male, female, whatever, this person still decided to make this Dragon Ball Flash game for the whole world to play. And I'm not sure if it was different people that continued the Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting works and just built off of that version and just made multiple new games with added things, but I remember what that was like going through Dragon Ball Fierce Battle 1.4, 1.4.1, and then going to 2.1 and having at least 2 free new characters are locked, and you have to go out and unlock them so you can play as those new characters in those same or different battles. I don't know. To me, again, Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting to me was amazing for that reason. The game having constantly different versions, allowing me to play the lesser versions to see what those were like, but then also being allowed to go to higher versions to see what was new, what was changed, what was like added. Like there was so much appeal to it, and I loved it. Every second of it. I fucking loved I loved playing Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting for that reason, like being able to see who's new character. Like for example, I remember when they added Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was nowhere to be seen. I had to wait till a later version to see Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in sprite form be in the game, be playable. It was cool. It was really fucking cool. And again, if you've never played this Flash game, then you really won't know what I'm talking about, and there's really no way to kind of get yourself into it unless you, like I said, straight up had a friend that was into this game, that was into it, right? That was into what you were playing, well, you know what I mean, or what was it like that. Okay, let me repeat myself because I'm geeking. I'm freaking pouring my heart into this, but you wouldn't really be able to play it because Adobe Flash, I heard, has a lot of problems, / it's very not right to use it. Apparently, Adobe Flash has been going through some shit. I just saw some drama on YouTube one day, and I'm like, bruh, it sounds interesting, though. I feel like I would have enjoyed this game than Super Smash Flash 1. I can talk about that game all day. I've already made a video on Super Smash Flash 2 if you want to check it out. But, yeah, compared to Super Smash Flash 1, I think you would enjoy Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting better because obviously, I mean, that kid was like 5, 10 to 15 when he made that game. So it was a miracle he even made that game fucking work. Super Smash Flash 1. That's why Super Smash Flash 2 was just beyond everyone's expectation. That shit was cool. In high school. Yeah, dude, in high school, dude, like I said, no matter what year you were in during these times, I feel like and by the way, this is just towards people who were around my age when playing Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting, basically around like 10 years old back in like 2009, 2008, 2000, 10, 11, 12, you know what I mean? Around those years, that's when like Adobe Flash / Flash games were like peaking, you know what I mean? Not like barely peaking, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, that's Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting for me. And I wanted to like express my love to it because I don't think I've ever talked about my love for Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting and what it did for me when I was younger. Expressing my love for Adobe Flash game that people have made videos on this platform, but it was like 9 years ago, 10 years ago. People have like moved on, and I wanted to like tell you guys about it. I wanted to tell y'all like my experience with it, like my experience, even if my experience is very dated compared to now, but it's just being able to talk about a little bit more about my past and what I did in school. Obviously I was a good kid, so I did it not out of spite or behind the teacher's backs or something. I only had 5 minutes to play or something, but just again, being able to do this, being able to talk more Dragon Ball, it's nice. Even if it's not really official Dragon Ball game, which I will be talking about Tenkaichi 3, I will be talking about the Shin Budokai games, Raging Blast 2, I will be making all those videos, but I want to make all those with my brother Lubit, with Lubit involved in those videos. I want to really talk about that. By the way, check out my Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball discussion Cell video that I made. You guys need to check that out. That's actually a pretty damn good video. We talked about multiple moments. Some of those moments were really hype. That video is really hype in general, so go check that out. But I think that's it. That's like really my love for, again, Dragon Ball Fierce Fighting. I don't know if I want to make one on like Mario Combat. Yeah, I feel you. I kind of miss high school. I wish I would have been focusing on school than the internet. I kind of wish I focused more on school too, instead of just focusing. I mean, well, I kind of benefit. Well, it's kind of complicated. Like focusing more on my studies than YouTube because, I'm kind of a little different in that case because, YouTube worked out somehow. Somehow it worked out for me, but I I mean, there are some things I do regret in high school. My experience being in high school, I should probably make some videos like that. Like, what was my elementary, kindergarten life was? What was all that like? Like, my experience being in all those grades and shit. And I talk about, like how I progressed in school. And that'd be interesting. What do you guys think about that? Like, make my experience videos about me being in school and stuff? That'd be cool. I got a lot of stories about school and stuff that I could make into like a my experience video or something. But yeah, I don't know what other Flash games I could talk about today. Just make like small streams about them. Maybe Mario Combat, Mario Combat, and Mario Combat Deluxe. Maybe I can make a video on both those games and shit. Like have a chapter for Mario Combat portion and Mario Combat Deluxe, which I didn't play very much of Mario Combat Deluxe. I liked it, but not as much as the original Mario Combat. And there was a ton of Flash games I played. Happy Wheels. Freaking so many, dude. That's why I'm like, there's so many things I could go back and do. But I want to focus on the now. And I think I'm going to make one more stream about Mario Combat, and then I'm calling it after that, alright? For streams for the day, / videos for the day, I'm done. Because making my experience on this stuff is fucking cool, and I just wanted to come on here, maybe, and just kind of talk about those while I go focus on other things. If asked, yeah, I did make mistakes, but if that mistake makes a bad person for it, then fine. But making them help me improve myself and help me learn from my mistakes. That's true. Because if we didn't learn from the mistakes that we made, good or bad, then we can't really improve as people. We stay stagnant. I ain't speaking facts, y'all. Y'all should check him out. But anyways, I'll be right back. We're going to do one more, which is going to be Mario Combat. Oh, fuck. Maybe it should be Sonic Ultimate Flash. Basically Sonic Advance, but like kind of like a demo version of it. Or like, oh damn, what else did I play? There was a lot of things I did on Flash, bro. But anyways, I'll be back.